Oh, Star Child, you're right. It is a psycho circus. Oh, hey there. I didn't hear you come in. I was just doing a little bit of light reading here and was thinking I could use a spot of tea and maybe a biscuit. So let's go do something about that right now. All right, so I brewed up a cup of tea and had a poke around the pantry, as you do, and forgot I picked up this pack of Pepperidge Farm's limited edition Milano London fog cookies, or biscuits if you prefer. But I wasn't looking for these, had no idea they were out there, and just happened upon the display and took them home. Paid for them, of course, as far as the authorities are concerned. You know, I can't remember the last time I had a Pepperidge Farm cookie.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
But before I dip into this bag, let me have a little sip of tea here. That's good tea. Good Yorkshire tea. Anyway, let's crack into this bag. Now, one of the things I will say that I don't normally buy Pepperidge Farm for is really cost to amount sort of ratio. There are, I believe, 6 servings, 2 cookies per serving, 12 cookies in here. That's like $5 for the bag. You'd spend about that same amount and get a huge pack of Oreos or something else, like you've seen on the show here before, because you've watched the Oreos episodes, right? But anyway, we're not talking about Oreos today. We're talking about the Pepperidge Farm. Well, I will say right off the bat, I don't get any sort of like London fog sort of smell, any sort of tea. Yeah, I don't get an Earl Grey sort of smell to it. Doesn't mean it's not in there, just that it's not super prevalent here in the bag. They're fun sort of, I don't know what that shape's supposed to be, peanuts. Sort of look like a Nutter Butter. So the bag claims it's an Earl Grey tea with a hint of vanilla in there. There's a couple of wafers, a little bit of chocolate in there. And I will say, again, while it definitely doesn't smell of a tea of any sort, there is a little hint of tea somewhere in there. I'm guessing it's in the chocolate itself because it's very faint and it seemed to be sort of as that little bit of cream center was going through. I got a little hint of tea. You know what we should do? We should dunk it. Such good tea. Now, obviously, I'm dipping it into tea, so that's going to affect the flavor a little bit, but I think that even enhances that bit of tea just a little bit more. So I put that biscuit, into my snack hole, and I gotta say, that is pretty tasty. Again, that tea is very faint in there. I guess, depending on how strong you brew your tea, maybe you're used to a stronger tea flavor or not. Maybe Pepperidge Farm didn't want to knock people down with the flavor of tea. But it is in there. It's subtle, it's nice, it mixes well with that little thin ribbon of chocolate through there and that crunchy of the cookie. So, is this any good? Yeah, I think it is. I think this is nice. Now, granted, again, like I said, price-wise, I feel Pepperidge Farm cookies are a little pricier than your average store-bought cookies. But they're not for every day. They're not for getting elbow deep and gorging yourself on. They're good for a couple with a cup of tea or something, or coffee, or whatever you want. Speaking of which, I'm going to enjoy the rest of this tea here, have myself another biscuit, and I'm going to see all of you here next time.